Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about time travel. Now, some people automatically discount time travel and say it's impossible for the mere reason that there is no time travelers around. They argue that if eventually time travel is figured out, say whether in 1,000 years, a million years, or a billion years, whatever it is, then that means that there would be time travelers around. They would come back here and you would see them or otherwise interact with them. Well, perhaps the reason there is no time travelers, nobody's saying, hey, I'm from the future, here's my super technologies that you don't know about, for example. Maybe the reason that there's not is because there's time travel laws. That is, fundamental rules that cannot be broken. For example, say one of the time travel laws or rules is that if you do travel back in time, to whatever time, whether you're visiting the early 1900s or back in the dinosaur times, that you're absolutely unable to interact with the how the world is at that time. For example, say I go back to the dinosaur days and I'm seeing everything that's going around, the dinosaurs running about, so on and so forth, but I can't physically change anything. Like for example, you watching this video, you're watching something that happened in the past. You could go and you could watch this whole video, you could go back and forth, you could pause it at certain points, but no matter what you do, you can't change anything that's going on right now in this particular time frame of the past. If I hit myself on the head, you can't stop me from hitting myself on the head. You can absolutely observe the past as you're doing right now. That's exactly what you're doing. You're absolutely observing the past, everything that's going on around me. If I die right now, you're observing it actually as it happened in the past, as if you're a time traveler. But there's absolutely nothing you could do about it. Say some robber comes to kill me right now. There's absolutely nothing you could do to stop it. And perhaps that is one of the laws of time travel, that even if people do figure out how to travel backward in time, that there's just this law, like a law of physics, that something that just cannot be broken and you can't do anything about. So no matter what time you go back to, whether you're going back to the medieval times or again the dinosaur time, whatever it is, you can only observe, and that is the law of time travel. Now, if that's the case, that will also prevent paradoxes as well, if you're only able to observe and not actually interact with the past which you're going to. And what I mean is, when people talk about time travel, the paradoxes that come up is, say for example, I go back in time and I would kill both of my grandparents. Okay, if I kill both of my grandparents, well then I would never be able to be born and thus not be able to go back in time. So it creates this kind of impossible web of events that could never take place. Nothing would be able to happen, right? But if, like I said, there is laws of time travel, and I'm able to go back and I'm only able to observe, then I'm not able to create that paradox by killing both my grandparents, because I can't interact. I can only observe. I could go back, I could see what my grandparents do. I could go back even further, see my later ancestors. I could go back to, say, like when there was only a few hundred human beings on the earth. And it's not like I could massacre all of them and then there would be no more humans, there would be no future of humans, because that law of time travel disables me from interacting, from absolutely doing anything. It's almost like, imagine time travel is almost like an infinite amount of cameras everywhere in the whole universe. And you're somehow able to access the memory chips of these cameras, and to where you could view any point. Like say right now, say someone 1,000 years from now gets a hold of my camera. You know, they're viewing the past. But say there's an infinite amount of cameras. They could view anything in the entire universe. They could, you know, go to the president's house and they could see what's going on. They could go down the street to my neighbor's house, whatever it is, but they absolutely can't interact. They can't change the past. That's the laws of time travel.